You're right. Katie Pavlich is the news editor for townhall.com and a Fox News contributor. Marianne Marsh is former senior advisor to Secretary John Kerry. Welcome, ladies. Good to see you both this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You know, I want to start with one of the new Fox News polls because this may have been a number that caught Donald Trump's attention and may have opened this line of attack for now. Bill Clinton, who's more respectful of women? Is the question for this election. Bill Clinton gets 50% of all voters, 55% of women. Donald Trump, 37% of all voters and 31% of women. And it appears, Marianne, that he thinks that that's unfair and that that's unjustified.
And that's the political calculation by Donald Trump. Does this help him politically and hurt Hillary Clinton politically? No question it will help Donald Trump in the primary with Republican voters, and it may well help him more than you would think in a general election, but probably not as much as Donald Trump hopes in a general election if he's up against Hillary Clinton. The fact is, when you go back to the New York Senate race when Hillary Clinton ran against Rick Lazio and he confronted her in a debate, walking across the stage with a contract he wanted her to sign, many women felt she was treated unfairly, and even more women went into the voting booth in that election, closed the curtain, and voted for Hillary Clinton. That was the turning point in that Senate race.
That was not about this
fight
topic.
right up until then.
The contract wasn't about this topic, but you're saying he sort of got in her face and it worked against him.
Right. It was women voters felt that she had been treated unfairly in that situation,
that
and that if you go back and look at the polls, that's when she took off.
All right. So the interesting thing here, Katie, and you know, we have to. This is just one tiny slice of the whole pie, but this is what was brought up, and you know, the Clinton allegations have been around forever. Kathleen Willey has been speaking out quite forcefully about these issues recently, and the new sort of twist here, Katie, is that it's not really about Bill. It's about Hillary and whether or not she strong-armed Kathleen Willey, who claims she did, into keeping quiet, or whether or not she pushed people to do just that for her and to do that dirty work, so to speak. Is it valid? Does it matter?
It is valid, and Hillary Clinton is one of the world's most infamous enablers of abusive and powerful men. The bottom line is when you talk to Kathleen Willey, when you talk to Juanita Broderick, and the whole laundry list of other women who were victims of Bill Clinton's sexual abuse and assault, they will tell you this wasn't just about Bill Clinton. This was also about Hillary Clinton in the White House taking extra steps to assassinate their character and to drag them through the mud. And when you look at who's working for Hillary Clinton on the campaign trail, James Carville is a perfect example. It's the same set of people who were used during the Bill Clinton presidency to destroy these women, to compare them to trailer trash. And if Hillary Clinton is going to say that she believes that sexual abuse victims have the right to be believed, and she's going to stand on this being a champion of women, then she has some questions to answer surrounding her role in Bill Clinton's scandals.
You're shaking your head, Marianne. What?
Look, most people will defend their spouse when they're attacked. Hillary Clinton defended her husband when he was attacked until she found out the truth, which is the case with most people. Once she found out the truth about his actions, and she found out just about when everybody else did, she no longer defended him, nor did she criticize his accusers after that day. You have never heard her defend her husband after that day, nor attack his accusers after that day. That makes her a human being like everybody else.
The question is whether or not people were put in action. There's an interesting exchange that Christopher Hitchens wrote about, a lunch that he had with Sidney Blumenthal, where basically he claims that Sidney Blumenthal said, we're going to take care of this situation. Then weird things started happening at Kathleen Willey's house. You know, the bigger question here is whether or not she can sort of, you know, put herself forward as a woman, as a candidate, and that be sort of a center point of her election effort. And sort of not have these things revisited. And I think more importantly than that even, Marianne, is does it just sort of bring it all back up and make some people say, you know, there's so much interest in outsiders right now, you know what, enough with them?
I think for a lot of people, including people like Katie, who weren't around like you and I, Martha, when this actually happened, they don't know much about this. They only learned about it by reading about it and other things.
I was around, Marianne, and I remember distinctly exactly what happened.
I think for other voters who are more concerned about moving forward and about the things that need to be fixed in this country, they're going to move forward. And there are plenty of people who don't like Hillary Clinton and would never vote for her no matter what. And I think we hear many of them all the time. So everyone, and in November, you're going to have a choice. between two people. It might be Donald Trump, it might be Hillary Clinton. And when they have that choice, they will render their judgment. But when it comes to Bill Clinton and his actions, he paid a big price for that, and the judgment's been rendered. Hillary Clinton did too personally, and the fact that her personal life is being dragged out in front of the entire country and world, once again, it can't be good for her, but give her a lot of credit for getting out there and running for president anyways.
All right. Final word, Katie?
Martha, as someone who wrote an entire book called Assault and Flattery about the left's war on women, it includes an entire chapter on Hillary Clinton's role in this entire process and interviews with people like Jennifer Flowers talking about how she believed Hillary Clinton played a huge role in her demise and her character assassination. I think I know a little bit about what I'm talking about. This is a liability for Hillary Clinton. If she's going to be a champion of women, she has some questions to answer when it comes to what she said and what she did and the team she sent to assassinate the character of women who were sexually abused by her husband.
Katie, remember the facts here. When Hillary Clinton, no one believes that Hillary Clinton knew the truth until all of us found out the truth, maybe an hour or two earlier. And the fact is, the way she handled it, the way she did, she's never criticized them since, nor has she defended her husband since.
Katie, thanks very much.
Thanks,
to you both.
Martha.
We're out of time.
Thanks.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.